Today's video, going to be replacing the rear main seal on this Fox body Mustang. First thing you're going to do is jack up the car, get it on jack stands. I'm not going to go in any specific order. I don't know what the best order is to get it removed. I'm just going to start removing stuff. We're going to take off this X pipe, 14mm for my hardware. These front clamps are 15mm. Let's pull it out. 12mm for the rear drive shaft. And take out the shifter cable, 13mm. We're going to take off this cooler line. Now we're going to take off this connector. This bracket holds the shifter cable that we removed earlier, so we're going to go ahead and take it off, 13mm. Here's your shifter cable. We're going to move this out of the way. We're going to go ahead and take off this down pipe. Take off the O2 sensor. My bolts are 18mm. This bracket leads to the kickdown cable, I believe. I'm going to hold on to it, 13mm. Following the kickdown cable up at this bracket, there's an 8mm. O2 sensor disconnected. I forgot to press record. 19mm on one side, 15 on the other. Next, we're going to remove the starter, 14mm. .3/8 for the power wire. Now we're going to take off the top mount. .14mm. 5/8 on the crank pulley. So it looks like there's just 4 on this one. So now the torque converter is separated from the flex plate. I believe the bolts are 5/8. That's the best fitting socket I can put on. But it looks like there's 6 mount bolts. 2 up top in the middle, 2 on the driver's side, 2 on the passenger side. I'm gonna go ahead and do the top 2 first. There's the top driver's side, and there's the top passenger side. All right, so the top 2 are out. Before we take the final 2 bolts that hold the transmission to the engine, we're going to go ahead and remove these. I waited to the end, 1/2 inch. I broke it loose with a flare wrench. Now I'm going to do the rest with just an open end. I have a drain pan under just to catch any fluid. Alright, not too much fluid. So there's 2 more bolts on the transmission. There's this support bracket that holds the bracket to the transmission, and then 1 bolt on opposite sides. So now we're going to go ahead and put the jack. Alright, so we got our transmission jack. You could probably get away with just a normal jack and some 2x4s, but it'll be harder. We're going to go ahead and take off the last 2 mount bolts. $14mm. $50mm for the cross member. Separated. $17mm. We're going to leave one in just so when it pops out it doesn't fall and hit me in the face. Well, this one got chewed up at some point. I'm wondering if that's why there's washers on it to spread it out. Something must have happened when they installed this last time. And here's your rear main seal. And all I did was just reach in towards the crank. It's a softer end of the seal, and then got in and then pried it out. And boom, rear main seal's out. All right, your rear main seal is installed. When you're removing it, make sure you mark the direction it comes out, because I forgot that the flex plates, they have a certain pattern to go on. So make sure you mark it. Torque that I found online was 75 to 85. All right, flex plate is torqued. You got to make sure that when you're putting it in the transmission, you line up the torque converter so the bolts go through the flex plate. Torque I found online was 30 to 35.